Greetings and welcome to another video. In this video, I will be going over Second Life profiles. Hopefully, this video will help those of us that need the little bit of extra help with our profiles, and others who have good profiles feel vindicated that our profiles are good. We all have profiles in Second Life. And yes, some are good, some are not so good, some are nothing because they're blank. So let's just go ahead and get into it. But before we do, there's Wilson. Hey, Wilson, did you have a bad day today? You did. Oh, the Beware of Smartphone Zombies sign explains it all. Second Life profile analysis. So we'll go ahead and pull up my profile here. This is the front page of your profile in Second Life. This is considered the front page. And then you have your pics section here. Now, older accounts, 2003, 2004 accounts, they have an extra pic, I believe. The rest of us just have, none. And then the classified here, if you want to promote something like your store, it's a lot of different categories in the classifieds, but the classifieds here will end up here in the classified section in the in-world search. All right, well, that will be another video maybe later on down the road. Back to the first tab, which is your Second Life tab. It is your front page of your profile. You have your profile picture here. You have your legacy name, and you have your display name. Your display name can be changed, but once you change it, you have to wait 7 days to be able to change it again. You have your res date here. You have your account information, which is seen by the public, resident payment info used, partner box. We all know about that partner box now, don't we? We sure do. You have your groups listed here. And now these are the groups that you belong to. That's why they're in this group section here. By default, your groups are shown to the public. If you don't want your groups shown, then you have to hide on profile in that group's general settings. So I will show you. Let's just go ahead and that. You have to go in here and you have to uncheck the show my profile and make sure you save it. Now, sometimes it could be a little funky, like you can go to check something, but you won't be able to save it. So you have to just toggle on and off and then be able to do it, right? Okay. Also, I just want to say as a side note when it comes to groups that there is no real point in being in a all my groups are hidden group just to have it listed publicly on your profile, because if your group section is blank, then it's obvious already your groups are hidden. There is no one in Second Life that is not in some kind of group. And if someone tells you that there are no group at all, they are not being truthful. And why waste your time with an untruthful person? You wouldn't want to do that now, would you? No. Now, below the groups section is the about section. This is the main bulk of your profile that gives the quickest impression. This is what people skim over. Hopefully, you hope that people at least skim over it. Some people read it in depth. And then if they like what they read here, then they will move on to the pics. They may go to, these are just whatevers, but the pics is the next important tab of your profile. In the about section, you want to put in information about your SL. Filling this section out lets others know whatever it is you want them to know. It can encourage others to engage with you. Examples of good things to put in an about section. So before we go down the note card here, let's go ahead and have a look at mine. I just put little tidbits about me, short and sweet, because I've realized that people in Second Life don't want to have to read something complicated on a profile. They don't want to have to read something not easy to understand in a way that would inspire them to engage with the person. So, INTJ, charmingly witty. I think I'm charmingly witty. I'm a straight submissive. Yes, that is what I am for sure. I'm a hobbyist builder. Yes. I'm a mainland advocate, avid and skillful para or peer. Now, these are true things about me. These are things that I am comfortable enough to share with the population of Second Life. These are things that if I'm questioned on, I'll be able to provide the evidence that they're true. And then down here, I just have the hyperlinks to my YouTube channel, my shop, and my Flickr. And that's it. Because these are the basics about me. I could have put these links in a pic, but I didn't because these three things are important to me that I want other people to also know that are important to me. How I view it is that when a person is interested in you, they will also be interested in what you're interested in. I mean, if someone says, "Oh, I'm really interested in you," I'm like, "Okay, well that's great." I expect them to prove it. That might sound harsh, but I expect them to prove it. How they could prove it? They could look at my YouTube channel. They could go to my shop, see what kind of creative person I am. They could go to my Flickr page and see some of my SL history, the the phases of SL life that I've been through with my avatar. Then they can make comment on it, and then that could be something that we could talk about. And so when I see someone is providing that interest in me, then that's going to encourage me to be just as interested in them. That's just me, just how I view the whole sociability factor of things. Let's just put that to the side here and go over here. Examples of good things to put in the about section of your profile: hobbies, musical taste, bits of your personality, things you like, things you've accomplished in SL of which you are proud, things you're looking forward to doing, hobbies, etc. Now, we've already looked at my about section, and I'll just explain it here in the note card. Yeah, so as you can see already, there is quite enough known about me on the front page that invites conversation or makes it easy for a person to approach me if they wanted to. Aren't y'all proud of me using the note card so I don't forget to say stuff? It's great, isn't it? I'm learning. I'm learning. Quotes on the front page. Now, I realize that a lot of people will put quotes in their about section. If you're going to put a quote, make sure you say as to why you like that quote enough to put it on your about section. Otherwise, you come across as someone using someone else's words as a filler. That's true. I've seen front pages of profiles with quotes, with just quotes. I mean, yes, with actual quotes with a quotation mark. So, yeah, that's great. But does it say who by? Does it say why that person has put their quote there? Now, when I see a profile that has the English quotes in their about section, I go to look at their pics. It's all like in a different language. Then I'm like, oh, okay, that's confusing. I'm not interested because that's complicated to me already. You don't want people to IM you with hate. So it's better if you don't put your politics or your view on politics on the front page of your profile. People come to SL to escape from the RL drama, hang-ups, and strife, especially of a political nature, etc. Don't give an invitation for others to troll you. Don't do it. Just like in the dating note cards that we went over, whenever somebody says something in a dating note card about their politics, it's like, yeah, I'm not interested. You are slashing a certain percentage of the reader. Same goes with the profiles. If you want to express your political views or your political opinions, I highly recommend to do that in a one on one conversation or in a like minded group that's having that discussion, but don't put it on your profile. Whatever side, whatever. I'm trying to cover it all, people. Just no. Again, my thoughts, but You will do what you will. Now, I am going to show you some examples of lackluster profiles. Now, I am not going to show the actual profiles because I take privacy of high importance on this channel. What I've done, I've just copied the words. There was a profile and it had one sentence. This is what it said. This was it. This was all that was on this person's front page. I feel like more of a movie extra than an actual participant in SL. What does that make you think? I'll tell you what it makes me think. Loneliness, tendency to be shy, not feeling confident to fit in. The sentence sounds like a cry for help instead of a welcoming invite to conversate. I suggest don't put statements of self doom, pity, or gloom. It is not the best representation of you. And that is what is the whole point. And that's the whole point of what profiles are. They are to allow you to express the best you, the best, honest, truthful you. I mean, don't put any old shit. Don't put lies. Don't put none of that. SL is SL and RL is RL on your front page. That does not belong on the front page. Don't put protected by Thor of Titan. Any misbehaviors from me, contact him. Don't put that either. No, that's what your picks are for. You could devote an entire pick to whomever is protecting you, to whomever you're enslaved to whomever you're sub to or polyed to or whatever. You got a whole pick that has more room than on your front page. Don't do it on your front page. It is perfectly okay to put C pics in the front page. Don't just put C pics, put more than C pics. Here's another example. Now, you know the random ASCII symbol or the emoticon on its own on the front page, the profile? Don't do that. Like where there's no words, there's nothing else, just like a smiley face. Do not do that. Oh, man, even talking about it, I feel the cringe just overtaking my body because it's awful. It ain't good. It is not good. You can use these characters to help format, to help draw attention to something like here. Sometimes I'll put what kind of mood I'm in, or some funny thing I said, or whatever. But as you can see, there's nothing there because I mostly forget to put something there every day. So you can also use them as bullet points as well in the front page because that's part of the formatting. So that's okay. But don't just put like a period or just a emoticon on its own because that no. Also, don't use backward and upside down characters of the alphabet like this crazy stuff. Look at that. Look at that. Don't do that. Mm-mm. You will have these people that will write stuff in the upside down back back asswards. That's what I want to say. Back asswards way. No, it should not be complicated. It's not cool, nor does it make you cool. It loudly says that you are hard to get to know and come across as an antisocial person. You make it hard for people to understand what you are saying. That's what I think when I read those profiles with this kind of font, backwards, upside down, sideways. It's like, if I can't read what you're typing on the front page of your profile, then I doubt I'm going to have any much more luck by speaking with you because that's the only impression I got. Now, another example is we have the classic using the capital letters. Would you want to speak to someone who is yelling? If a person is using all caps, then they are on purpose or letting you know they have the ego of the size of the planet Saturn or is a very angry person. So don't do this. No, don't do this. Don't do this. It's like, look, did you forget? I mean, or they could be a host and they could just have their capital letters turned on all the time. And they just happen to write something on the front page of their profile because they forgot that they weren't hosted anymore. Don't do this. Capital letters are just no. Mm-mm. Another example. If you refer to yourself as a bitch or an asshole on the front page of your profile, you have some personal issues you need to work out. Why give people a heads up on why to not like you before talking with you? You know, like those types of profiles that on the front page it says, some people tell me I'm an asshole. Well, you want to find out if that's true or not? It's like, what? Why am I going to take a chance with stupidity? No. Look, if it is not something to brag about. If people tell you you're an asshole, don't put that on the front page of your profile. It's not going to encourage people to want to talk to you. They're going to avoid you like the plague. Nobody wants to deal with an asshole. Nobody. Nobody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good your avatar looks. It doesn't matter how good your voice may sound. If you're an asshole, the asshole will rule out. Fact. If you type so much in the about section that you run out of room and the last word of your mini novel is cut off, yada yada, I am the best ever in the whole world. Something like that, where it gets cut off. That's just like, ooh, wow, did you not have enough mind to go back and check it to read it after you saved it? You know, it's like, what? Yeah. So when I see that, you know what that makes me think? Makes me think two things. That you were too lazy to go back and fix that cutoff word. Yep. And more than likely in a conversation, you won't let the other person get a word in edgeways. Because if you are not even aware enough to see that you have a cutoff word on the front page of your profile, maybe one of those types of people that just doesn't know when to stop talking to let the other person talk, especially not using any punctuation. Oh. If you just have a wall of words here with no punctuation, not a good impression. Now, because the about section of your profile, it's not your mini manifesto. No, it is not your mini manifesto. And you shouldn't use it to misrepresent yourself. It is to represent yourself in the best and honest and truthful way possible. We're going to talk about empty profiles now. Nothing. Where you have those profiles that just have nothing. Nothing. Basically, what I think, having an empty about section on the front page of your profile, it's lame. It's just lame. It's just lame. You have the opportunity to express yourself, to say something about you, to say something that you like, what is unique to you, uh, what interests you, what you hope to find. And if you don't utilize that, then, don't be butthurt when you feel, oh, I feel like I can't fit in and nobody, don't, it's like, you have to give, man. You have to help contribute yourself in order to get the contributions of other people. The number one excuse a person with an empty about section is that they don't want people to judge them based on their profile. They want people to talk to them one on one to get to know them. This doesn't erase all conditions of not being at all judged, however. Okay, and I'll tell you why. We are all humans. We all judge. We do it. And there is a really good reason why we do this. Judging others is so effortless that most people don't even realize they do it. It's human nature to be alert and in tune with the things around you. We were built with survival instincts. According to psychology, these instincts help to keep you on guard and ready to defend yourself at a moment's notice. The truth is that judging is something you will do daily, and sometimes you just can't help it. The other side of this equation is that while you are judging others, they are also judging you. So that person that refuses to fill out their profile, they're judging your profile of which you have filled out. So the next time you get that excuse, well, I don't want people to judge me. I want them to talk to me. Really? So did you read my profile? Yeah. You judged me, didn't you? Yeah. That'll shut them up. That'll shut them up. Now, as individuals, we can attempt at being more mindful of how judgy we are by giving the person the benefit of the doubt. Like that maybe, just maybe, that person with an empty profile is shy or just not comfortable enough to broadcast themselves on a profile. What matters is you, the profile reader. You feel comfortable enough within yourself to approach a person with an empty profile. I've had some experiences with these, and 9 out of 10 times they failed. For me personally, it's off putting trying to think of a way to I am someone with an empty about section. I used to just simply ask people, why is your profile empty? And the answers I would get often led to an argument, so I stopped asking. Again, for me, it's easier just not to try to talk to a person with an empty profile is they didn't make the effort for me to have an easy way of I aming them. Now that's just my personal thoughts based on my personal experiences in SL. I mean, because that's all I got, people. I'm no expert. I just been here for 16 years. Now, obviously, there are legit reasons as to why a profile is empty. The person is a freshly spawned noob, an actual noob, not a do-over or an alt. These are rare. These freshly spawned noobs, they're rare. Now, I've heard they still log into Second Life, but I don't know if that's true or not. These are rare. Another legit reason is that the person just doesn't care, which is fine. That is their right not to care about having an empty profile. And it's your right not to want to bother with them. And lastly, a person that has been in SL for, say, 4 to 17 years, yet their profile is empty, they should know better. It could be they don't log on as often. It's their bank alt. Because obviously, if they've been in SL for a, a certain amount of time, they're going to know how to fill out a profile. So make sure before you judge that person with the empty profile, look at their res years before you continue to judge them. If they're old, then yeah, take the piss. I am them. Be like, wow, you've been at SL for a long time. And if they respond, why you got an empty profile? I've done that many times, and I've often had good conversations come out of it. That's going to be it for this video because we've covered on the front page of the profile. I hope you enjoyed this video. Now, before I go, I want to remind you to have a look at the channel's community tab because I post the previous week's videos, what's been published, so you can easily find them, and the current week's upcoming videos, so you'll know what to expect. You're more than welcome to comment, to share, however you want to do that. So have fun with it, keep updated with it, and for real this time, that's going to be it from me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.